All right, guys, this is how to fix a high Capa double trigger or a unresponsive trigger. What you're gonna wanna do, take the slide off. Slide off. And then you're gonna, after you take the slide off, put the slide away, and then you're gonna wanna take this pin out right here, just punch it out. You can use a flathead or Allen key or whatever you wanna use. Take it out, take this dude out. If your hammer's kind of engaged back like there, what I normally do is I just wiggle it around until it finally moves out. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your leaf spring out, which can be a little difficult. If your hammer is stuck like that, like I said, just wiggle around until it eventually flops out. If that doesn't work, be careful. You can get a flathead and remove your leaf spring right here. It's essentially this metal dude right here. I don't know if you can see that or not on camera, but it's that metal guy right there. Be careful removing it. Take it out. Get a flathead or something and just pick it out. Okay. And this guy should be pretty easy. You can just, like I said, just shake it around until it eventually comes up. And there we go. And this eventually come up. And you want to open this guy up right here. And like I said, you want to keep your trigger as if you've shot it. It's just leave that and then put that aside. So here's the science behind it. What happens is my leaf spring right here, you have 3 of them, right? You have this dude right here, which engages the top of your safety. You have this guy that engages one of the middle sear, and then this is the far right sear right here. This guy right here, as you can tell, is very flat, and you don't want to do that. You don't want that with this particular sear. This guy's supposed to be down, this guy's supposed to be flat, this guy's supposed to be up. So a quick fix to this is get a set of pliers. If you don't have your pliers, if you don't have a set of pliers, you can use your hands, but like I said, I recommend having a pair of pliers, and literally just put your finger right here and just slightly bend that down just a little bit. You don't want to bend it too far, because if you do, you could potentially have more problems and have a bit of a difficulties when installing that. That should be good. If you want, you can bend it down just a tad bit more, but as you can tell, the guy has been bent down just a little bit more than the middle. So it should be a little bit further down the middle. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's kind of hard to tell on camera. But this guy right here is down just a tad bit. And you want that down just a tad bit just so you can have, so it can engage on, it's kind of hard to see on camera, but there is a sear right here. Like I said, it's very hard to display on camera, but there is a, if you're holding your high Capa in your left hand and the hammer is facing away from you, there is a sear right on the far right side. You essentially want your leaf spring to engage right on top of it, and you want it to bend just slightly down on it, so it can get a full contact on there. So after that, go ahead, take your leaf spring, put it back in the same way you put it in, or you took it out. You want this guy to be relatively flat, but as you can tell, there's a slight notch right here. You want this guy to be on top of the middle sear, and then you want this guy to be sticking up like this, because that essentially just pushes the safety out to make it a little bit easier to engage. So go ahead and stick that in there. This pillar right here will be on top of the middle sear. Just go ahead and wiggle it in there. And be careful when installing the leaf spring. There we go, that was really easy. All you need to do now is make sure this pillar is on top of the middle sear or middle leaf spring. Close that down and just put it back together like you took it apart. It's very simple to do. Sometimes if this middle guy doesn't come up, you can just get a pair of pliers and pull it up. Do that, put the pin back in, cock it back. As you can tell, it's working just fine right now. I'll cock it back, shoot it, cock it back, shoot it. Working just fine. Put the slide back on, put the pin back in. As you can tell, when I shoot, it's working just fine. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you want to see more content like this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.